I need help figuring out Whirlpool bottom freezer refrigerator problems.
Bottom freezer designs have more problems than those with top freezers, just like those with an ice maker break down more often.
Too late, since I already own it now. At the time, the only problem I cared about was not having to have older family members had trouble standing up straight to reach frozen pre-made meals.
The freezers regularly have problems frosting up. That can prevent the freezer from venting air into the fridge on top.
How would I fix that?
Aside from thawing it with a hairdryer, scraping away the rest of the freezer drawer. Drain any extra water and let it go again. I'd say check the defrost timer or replace the door seal.
If the door seal was the problem, I'd expect water on the floor.
Not if the defroster isn't working. Then you get humid air into the unit that layers up the ice but doesn't melt into a puddle.
The ice buildup could be a failure of the defrosting heater itself or the timer that runs it. How could I tell which one it is, before I pay a couple $100 for a service call?
Tell it to run a forced defrost. If that doesn't work, you know it is the heater and not the timer because you bypassed the timer.
Assuming it is not the control board itself.
So power cycle the refrigerator and see if that reboots the control panel to the point it works.
What else could cause water to leak onto the floor?
The freezer could have a layer of ice across the bottom of the freezer drawer, blocking the drain. The water then flows onto the floor when it does thaw, instead of filling the vegetable fridge of the standard fridge.
I'm assuming it is not a refrigerant leak, which causes both condensate and things to freeze.
If you use a sharp item to scrape away the ice in the bottom freezer, you could puncture the evaporator coil. In the case, you've caused the refrigerant leak that will cause more ice until it runs out of refrigerant.
Let's say I thawed it. How do I guarantee the drain is clean?
Pour a small amount of hot bleach water down the drain to clear it of any ice and kill any algae that is growing there.
I suppose it is better than the freezer drawer smelling like a gym locker.
Another problem people have with the drawer when it is frosting is that the drawer gears aren't properly aligned. So you get an air leak around the seals because it isn't seated right.
If the gears are damaged, I'm calling for service.